No, in this case, it would be the plight of the black men. Nope, it would be the plight of the black men. Just me. Plural means singular, and singular means plural, according to the dummies on YouTube.
The world is upside down. All right, we're back. That was weird. Catching us mid-conversation on purpose. We are back. Brand new episode. So let's get right into it. Checked out this week. Micah, you watched Fall.
Yeah, I watched this movie called Fall. Came out in 2022. Stars Grace Caroline Curry, who people listening to this might know her as Mary Marvel from those Shazam movies. Virginia Gardner. Virginia Gardner, people might know her. She was in Marvel's Runaways. She played Caroline Dean. I don't know. I've never seen either one of those things. Mason Gooding, you might know him from the last two Scream movies. He's also Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son.
Oh, this movie. Okay, got it. All right.
And Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who is getting a paycheck, I guess. It's a
was in there for 5 minutes.
Right. It's a survival thriller. And it's about these two girls who decide they're professional, like rock climbers or whatever. And they decide that they want to climb one of the tallest transmission towers, like radio transmission towers, there is. And they do, and they get all the way up to the top, and they get stuck there. So, you got to kind of figure out what to do.
All right. Look, this feels like it doesn't need to be said, but I'll say it anyway. Guess the race of the two characters. Like, why would you do this? This is a terrible idea.
This is a terrible idea, especially like given the events of like the first 5 minutes of the movie. Look, it was an interesting premise, which is why I watched it. But if you kind of have seen enough movies, you see where this is going, right? You see where it's going a mile away. And even if you haven't seen movies before, if you pay attention, the movie tells you what is happening. It was okay. I didn't mind it. There was one part that I did mind. They try to create some tension between the two girls while they're up there, which just felt like manufactured, like really tacked on for literally no reason.
Yeah, you're both gonna die. Who gives a fuck? Like, why are we talking about other shit?
Right? Why are we talking about boys? Right? Like, we stuck up here, man. Yeah. But it was interesting. It was interesting. It wasn't bad. It was shot pretty well. I also watched it because like I'm not a huge fan of heights, right? Like I don't mind heights, but I do. I don't mind like I got to be able to move, right? Like I don't mind heights, but like if I'm stuck on that or like. Nah, yo, I gotta be able to move, yo. I gotta be able to do something.
Like looking at the poster, I'm uncomfortable. Like I don't. No, I don't. So I have like a weird fear, right? Like I don't have a fear of like heights necessarily. Like stepladder, right? Like that doesn't like freak me out. I have a fear of like stationary heights of like, and that seems weird, but like I don't like the idea of being stuck up someplace like that. Freaks me out. Like being on a roller coaster that goes up and you come down, that doesn't really bother me. But the idea of being like I don't like Ferris wheels. Like when it's moving, it's fine. I don't like when they're putting people on and then I'm at the top. No, fuck off. Get me down. Yo. I don't like that. This makes me wildly uncomfortable. So no, I like this movie would bother the shit out of me, and I don't know if it's good or not. You're saying it's fine. I feel like the survival thriller aspect would really work on me because I would be fucking sweating bullets the entire time. Like yo, just get down, yo. Just get a rope and just get down. Like, please, for the love of God. Like, how'd you get
They
up?
don't make ropes long enough
You
for
don't
that.
know that.
they
You
apparently
don't know
no.
Transmission
they don't
ties
make-
are incredibly tall.
No.
That's all the shit.
One, anybody who's climbing this that didn't think to bring a parachute is a fool. Okay? Like that's rule number one. Like, that's a silly thing to carry. Well, is it? Bye. And I'm out. Like, fuck that. Nah,
Like,
Yeah,
especially
you have
like,
enough height,
Yeah,
that
you
it wouldn't
do.
hurt. Yeah,
You
got
just
a lot
jump
of height.
jump far enough that you hope the wind doesn't blow your ass back into it, and just jump. Like, you be good. Better than staying.
yeah, that's also something that bothered me. Like, structurally, like the thing didn't sway at all, and I was just like,
Oh
you
no!
know.
See, that would have been part
The
of
engineer
the,
in me, the engineer in me is like, it's got to sway a little bit. It has to, because if
Otherwise,
it
Yeah,
doesn't,
because
snap.
then it would be
it's going to
brittle.
fall.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know,
that should have been the end of the movie. Fall, bad engineering, and it just snaps, and they both die at the end. Like, oh. And some guy's like, I should have done that. You're
like
right.
that shit is like over 2,000 feet in the air, yo. Like,
No,
come on. But
no, I'm good.
Those dudes that actually service those things, like to change the light and shit on there, you know how much they get paid? Because they go up there like 3 times a year. They get paid a lot of fucking money.
They should.
Yeah, because you could
Because-
fucking die.
No, yo, give
Right.
those people a rocket pack and just like knock it off. Like, no. Oh, where's John? He's at the top changing the light bulb. Can we get better light bulbs? Why the fuck are we sending niggas up there? This shit is silly to me. No, absolutely not. No. I don't know how much those guys get paid. It ain't enough. Like, it's not enough, yo. Like, it's not enough.
Yeah, but
All right, cool. Never
yeah,
watched
it's not bad. It's on. Well, I watched it on Hulu because your Hulu account has stars for some strange reason.
It does, in fact.
So that's how I watched it. It's on Hulu. It's pretty, it's pretty good. It's not bad. If you want,
have you seen that other?
suspense.
There was that other like survival thriller one a couple of years ago. I think it was Blake Lively or something with the sharks. They were on a raft.
It's the exact same movie.
Okay.
These movies are the exact same thing. 47 meters down
Yeah.
is the sharks, and this is Fall. It's the exact same movie, Mike.
47 meters down, 610 meters up. Same movie.
I mean,
It's
look,
literally the same movie. It's just two different fucking. It's the ocean and just
right.
a really high place.
I'll take the high place over the water any day. Sorry, I can't
100%.
swim.
100%, dude. I'm like, send a helicopter or whatever you need to save me. Nah, yo, you're not fighting off sharks on a fucking raft you bought at Target. You're not gonna.
Right.
You're not
Get the fuck out of here. Ain't
We
no
might be talking
punching
about-
a shark. All you got to do is punch a shark in the nose. Nah, yo. Nah.
Am I-
That's
am I
47
Homeland?
meters
What the
down,
fuck
they
are
were
you
in a
talking
shark
about?
cage. They get
Oh,
captured. They get
hell no. No, yo. Absolutely not. Yo. The ocean is a
they go down
terrifying
in the
place.
shark cage, and then the rope snaps, and they fall to the fucking ocean bottom. You know?
Oh, and then I'd be like,
no. It's time to end it, yo. It's time to
just
just
open-
take
just
my
open the
mask
gate.
off and just fucking end it. Right. Get the fuck out of here, yo.
just swim to the top, bro. If you go real fast, like, shut up. Nah, yo, shut up. It's crazy talk. No. What you do is you stab your cellmate in there. She bleeds out, and then you make a run for it. Like, no, absolutely not. That's craziness. All right, Fall. I'm never watching that. The Continental. There's something you should never watch as well. This is one of the worst shows I've ever seen.
God damn.
No, it legitimately. Let me rephrase that. That's not fair. It's one of the worst shows that's a spin-off of something I really enjoy. It's called The Continental from the world of John Wick. Look, people who have watched it, maybe they have a different feeling. I made it 17 minutes. It's one of the worst things I've ever fucking seen.
Of the first episode?
Yes. Yo, nothing is happening for a while. Yo, nothing is. It's a guy walking through a fucking hotel. Like, yeah, we do that, but like with guns in the movies, and then eventually he starts shooting people. It's not interesting. A lot of it's like very weird CGI, like in the shadows type shit. I just didn't care. I didn't find the characters when they did talk. I didn't find them particularly interesting. I didn't find the setting to be particularly interesting either. No, I'm good. Like it was to the point where I was like, I don't even want to give this a chance. Like this is just not good. Like it's bad. It's legitimately bad. I didn't find the little bit I saw of Mel Gibson. I did not find him particularly compelling. No, this is a big fucking turd as far as I'm concerned. So.
Damn, it's only 3 episodes.
Does it need it? Does it need more than that?
It just came out? Oh.
Yeah, apparently it's only 3 episodes. And yeah, I haven't heard anything positive about this.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's got a 63% on Rotten Tomatoes, 80% score on audiences. But look, audiences like a lot of garbage I don't like.
Look, man, the thing about this is that like everyone claims that they like the John Wick is all idea and action, right? Like,
yeah.
Hey, it's action is great and the premise is intriguing enough to service action. Like, oh, there's a secret society of assassins. Like, oh, well, that's a dope idea. Until you think about it, right? Like, you look at them John Wick movies, there's a whole lot of assassins just kind of walking around doing whatever.
With weaponry that doesn't make sense in the modern era. Like, we're just going to this hotel in Japan and niggas got like crossbows and like regular bows and arrows. Why? Why is everyone dressed like a stormtrooper? What is happening here? Like,
you need bows and arrows for piercing damage because because everyone's got bulletproof suits, which apparently just bounce bullets off of you like you're Superman.
Yeah.
Just bounce bullets off of cloth.
Oh,
they were holding their fucking hands up, shielding themselves like fucking Batman against bullets. Yeah. That's just the one thing that's the one thing about these movies that I just don't like. Like, I get it, yo. Like, all this gunplay and shit, yo, but like, nah, yo, you can't just get shot in the face. You can't just get shot in the face and hang a curtain in front of you and you be all right. Like, those suits don't work like that.
You don't know that. You're speaking
I do know it.
They're impact resistant.
Yeah.
Resistant.
If the impact is fast enough, then it's just gonna bounce off of the suit.
Nah,
like even if you're trying to get stabbed, if it's coming at you at 600 miles an hour, it'll just bounce off your suit, right?
Yeah, that's how science
works. Right? Like, that's how it works, right? I don't know. Whatever.
Right.
Sure.
Silliness, but yeah, the Continental is not good. Not to me. I would say that I'm going to give it another try, but that would be lying, and I don't believe in lying to our audience. So, I'm good. Okay. That's why I got to see it on Amazon Prime. I wasn't incorrect. It's on Amazon Prime International. Yeah, sweet.
No, interesting.
Because I was like, I know I watched it on Prime. I did not watch it on Peacock. Yeah, still not worth it. Let's talk about Strays, and then we'll talk about Loki. Terrence, what you watched Strays? What did you think?
I did. I remember when we watched the trailer for Strays, I thought this looks terrible. I think we all kind of had the same idea. Yeah. Like this is, yeah. I mean, it's a raunchy comedy, like Pineapple Express, or like what was the one with
with the hot dogs.
The hot dogs. Oh,
the hot dogs and the cartoon. The
fucking, the one where they were fucking in the supermarket, sausage party or whatever.
Yeah,
similar. Like, it's not that bad. It's not that was just ridiculous. And this is kind of ridiculous too. But it's a road trip movie. It's a raunchy road trip movie. But it's dogs. I don't. And since it's dogs, right? There's going to be a lot of piss and shit humor. And I can't, again, as I've said hundreds of times on the show, I don't like toilet humor. I don't think it's very funny. So I didn't enjoy those scenes because they're dogs and they're shitting all over the place. But besides that, I didn't hate it. I got a couple of laughs out of it. It's kind of funny. It's got some funny moments, and like it's kind of fascinating how well they're able to train dogs. Because like the CG, the mouths are moving, CG mouths are moving, but like the dogs are still like real. They're real dogs, and they make these dogs about as human as they possibly can, while still being dogs. It's funny. Like I would recommend it if you can stand like raunchy humor. If you like dogs, if you actually like dogs,
Okay.
Micah, don't even bother. You don't like dogs. You hate
I'm
them.
not even I'm not even going to look at the post.
I actually like dogs, and like there's some scenes in this movie like because it's about a dog whose owner is a piece of shit. It's Will Forte is the owner, Doug, and Will Ferrell plays like the main dog, Reggie, and his owner is just a trash human being. He treats him like garbage, but it's like a toxic relationship because he's like my owner loves me. He calls me all these names, but like I'm just not doing what I'm supposed to do for him to make me to make him love me. And then fucking Bug, who's played by Jamie Foxx, is like, nah, what you're telling me, it's kind of fucked up, bro. Like, you really don't need that nigga. He's kind of trash. But then he goes back. He's like, I have to go back to teach him a lesson. He goes back because he wants to do something to him. And it's just a road trip with 4 dogs. The other 2, I think, the other one is Isla Fisher and Randall Park play the other 2 dogs. And it's just them going back to their owner so he can exact revenge on them. And it's funny. Like, I got some like real like belly laughs. It's not like super funny, but like it's funny enough to be worth watching.
Okay, cool. It sounds like the original dog. Sounds like the original dog and owner need to, get separated for a couple of years and really think about what they're doing.
I think I'm for like a week.
Yeah.
And quick before you start talking about, because Micah said he wanted to talk about the little bit.
I want to get your opinion on Mission Impossible.
Like I said, I only made it 30 minutes. So like, what did you?
What possessed you to not want to finish it? Because you like these movies.
I do.
But something about this movie made you not want to finish it. And you didn't get anywhere near anything that was entertaining. Did you get to the airport?
No, I didn't. No.
Oh, okay. You couldn't even make it to the
being
airport.
I got to the opening credits. Which, if anyone has not seen the movie, for anyone that hasn't seen the movie, is literally 27 minutes into the movie. So I made it 30 minutes in. I got to the part where he's his first disguise, and he puts on the fucking mask, and he knocks everybody out with the fucking Joker gas, and he leaves. And then I got to the credits, and I'm like, I don't care. That's how I was watching it. Like, I just don't give a fuck because I got there's some key that got stolen on a submarine, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, that part shouldn't have been in the movie, yo. That part shouldn't have been in this movie. It should have been like the second part of this 2-parter. Like that one that kills the pacing, right? 2, that puts your audience way ahead of the main character.
Right, because you know what they're looking for at this point.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And the audience is not supposed to be too far ahead of the main character, right? You're supposed to be one step ahead of the main character. So you know what he's looking for, but it's not interesting when he's like, I don't know what this does, but we have to find it because it's impossible, right? Like, what? Huh? And later on in the movie, like, the movie doesn't really make sense, yo. Like the movie, it doesn't really make sense. And I'm going to talk with Brad about this on the Man with the Golden Tongues to get his thoughts on this, because like I'd have to rewatch it, but it doesn't make sense. It's the poster child for people who know nothing about AI talking about AI, right? Like these people, like AI. AI is the villain, yo. AI is the villain. It's Mission Impossible Age of Ultron, yo. Like it's not like the main villain is like a herald for the AI. Like he's not.
All right, come on, man. I love these movies, yo. Come on, god damn it.
It's weird, yo. It's fucking weird.
I got to because I knew it was him. He walks into the office, and the guy is like, hey, he's like, why shouldn't he's like the head of the CIA or the FBI? I don't know what the fuck he is.
Yeah.
Homeland Security. And he goes, like, why can't I know about this particular team? He's like, well, when we can't get the thing done and the mission is impossible, we send these other people out to do it for us. And he's like, well, what's the name? And he's like, the Impossible Mission Force. And I'm like, there you go. I was like, you know what? I don't care. And then like Tom Cruise is sitting there in his costume, and I'm like, yo, I love these movies, but I don't think I can finish this because it's 2.5 hours long. Yeah,
it's real.
It's long as fuck, dude. And I'm like,
it's fucking indulgent, like it's
yeah, it is. And then after that happens, then the credits start playing. I'm like, nigga, what? I swear to God, I didn't realize that the credits had to start playing until they started playing, and I was like, click. And I was like throwing an episode of Seinfeld or some shit like that because I was like, I don't care. I don't care. I might finish it, but I don't think I am. Honestly, I don't think I will. I just like I've gotten to the point where
you make him. You're hurting my heart. Like I like those movies a lot. I really do.
I've seen them all. Like multiple times. But like if a movie doesn't catch me, like lately, I've just realized like if a movie doesn't like, if I'm not interested, I'm just not gonna finish it.
You should watch
a movie for me. A movie for me has 30 minutes to catch my interest. About 30 minutes. A television show has about 10. Like, no, 10 to 15 minutes, Like that's why Continental. I was like, I feel like I'm falling asleep, and it's been 15 minutes, Like I'm so bored. Because like that means I have to watch hours upon hours upon hours to be interested in the show. Like, no, you get a much lower threshold for me. No.
And I mean, of course, if I went to the movie theater to see it, I would have finished it because I'm in this theater. I'm gonna finish it.
You paid for
it. But like, you're right. And I'm sitting at home, like, I don't have to watch this. Like, I don't have to watch it. It might end up being good, but I don't have to. I'm not interested, and I don't have to watch this. I can watch something else.
You can't make me watch this, Tom Cruise. Like, get
right.
Like the most damning thing I can say about this movie is that it's just not exciting. Like it's just not. Like even the stunts,
even with him almost like putting his life on the line, jumping. Because even that stunt, I'm like, it's cool, but like, he just jumped off a fucking.
He just jumped off he just jumped off it. He just jumped off it. He just jumped off it, and it's just like. All right. I mean, he wasn't in any danger. He did it multiple times. Yeah, and, like, all right. Yeah. So the marketing killed that stunt, right? The marketing killed that stunt.
It shouldn't show that.
Yeah. The train stunt was done in a fucking video game that came out years ago, right? The car chase was very good. The car chase was fun. It was a car chase. I don't know if you're gonna make it. You haven't met the person that he's in the car with yet.
Yes,
so it takes a minute. It's after the airport scene, and you ain't make it to the airport scene. So, but the car chase was dope.
See Ving Rhames. I don't think I did. I don't remember seeing that nigga.
Oh shit, that's funny.
Sad, This is.
Yeah, it's just kind of mediocre, man. It's not that great.
Damn.
I started watching Castlevania last week.
Yeah, that's right. I gotta watch that too.
That's another thing that like I'm starting to become Jay as far as fucking cartoons go. It's like I don't like it's a lot of black folks. It's a lot of black folks in there. Like the main vampire is not black. People keep saying it's black. It's a fucking native. It's Indian, Native American.
Close enough.
You know how weebs are. They'll take whatever they can get.
Dark. It's just dark. But I'm like, right. I don't think this person is black.
He's one of us.
But the other two people, it's a black dude and a black chick, and I think one of the like underling vampires is a black woman. And it looks cool, but like I haven't seen any other Castlevania cartoons, so I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I don't know if I have to, and it's Richter. Belmont.
Oh, all right. You killed it, yo. You killed it. Fuck Richter. You killed it.
And I don't like the person doing his voice. Like I don't like when he opens his mouth. I don't like it. I hate it.
All right,
Like
yo.
his personality,
All right.
he's got like a cocky personality, but the voice actor is like, I don't know who it is, but I'm like, this is terrible. But everyone loves it, so like, you know, I guess if you like anime, people love it because like representation and all that other good stuff. But I might finish that. I might. I made it 2.5 episodes, so you know. I don't know. Anyway.
You made it longer than you did in fucking Mission Impossible.
Yeah, because those are 30-minute episodes, so that's an hour and 15 minutes that I made it. and Mission Impossible is 2.5 hours long, which that seems like a daunting task for me.
It's very long. It's very long.
From what I saw, I'm like, yikes.
That's the.
And this is part 1.
Right.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch it.
You should still watch
You
it.
have to.
I know.
You should watch it.
I'm not going to listen to you hating ass niggas ruining my lovely Mission Impossible series. I love those movies. I just hope you're not right. I just hope you're not right.
164 minutes. How long is that?
Too long. It's like 2 hours and 40 minutes.
It's 2 hours and 40 some odd minutes, man.
Okay, yeah, so it's 2.5 hours long.
Yeah, I will watch it. All right, let's get into.
Tom Cruise is actually starting to look old. Finally, that's the other.
Yeah, and it's a weird, like celebrity old, right? It's weird, like hanging on too long.
Stop saying hurtful things, yo.
It's Vivica Fox old. You know what I mean? Like, like you see a picture of Vivica Fox now, it's just like, oh, damn, like.
Well, she did shit to her face. Like, if she did.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying about Tom Cruise. It looked like he did some shit to his face, man.
Oh, Vivica, what happened?
He's starting to look like Dennis Quaid. That's what he looks like to me now. And I know that's a weird comparison, but if you look at him in this movie and you look at Dennis Quaid, there's a slight comparison between the two now.
Oh yeah, you know what? You're not wrong. He's getting the jowls. He's getting the old man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
right. Like this in this area here, he's starting to look like Dennis Quaid. So there you go.
Yeah, see it.
Look. You know what? Look, the man is 175 years old. He looks amazing.
What is he? 61 or 60?
Like that. Look. Here's the thing. He's like, I got the jowls, but like somehow he still has a 6-pack. I bet. like. This nigga's never gonna die. Like,
I mean, he's still running.
I couldn't tell you.
He's still running his ass off.
Cardio of a fucking NFL player. So,
like,
right.
Tom Cruise enters the combine next year in between movies. Like, all right, go ahead. Go for it.
How far do you think? What's his 40-yard dash, you think? Tom Cruise.
He's 40?
Yeah.
Huh. How tall is he? 5'7", 5'8"?
How tall?
I don't know if he's built. I don't know if he's built for speed. He's
okay.
Built for speed.
Tom Cruise is 5'7". Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I'm also 5'11". Right. Sure.
His 40. I'll give him 5.5. Yeah.
Which is not bad for a man his age, yo. It's not bad at all.
Yeah.
It's not bad. No, it's not bad for damn near anybody. It's not bad for someone who's not a professional athlete. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude is insanely his cardio is crazy. Like,
I wonder if he's ever done it.
Yeah.
He should.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'd like to know. There you go. How fast can Tom Cruise actually run? All right, let's talk about the first episode of Loki. Second episode is out as we are speaking right now on Thursday, October 12th. But we obviously have not seen that one. Michael, what are your thoughts on this? Terrence, did you watch Loki?
No.
Okay. Michael, what are your thoughts on
it? I enjoyed it. I mean, I don't remember most of it because it was a week ago. So I'm gonna have to rewatch it. I remember when the first season of Loki came out, I wasn't like super excited for it, but then really got into it. I have a feeling that that's going to happen again. While I'm a little more excited for it, I feel like it's probably gonna kind of weave its magic on me again. I'm just not there yet. It's shot really well. Like it's shot like none of these other TV shows. It's got its own like style and vibe to it. That kind of sets it apart, and I really enjoy it. So I'm just here. I probably won't be talking about this show week to week, but I did enjoy the first episode.
Yeah, this Thursday night premiere for each episode really fucks us. That's the evening week.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna
record.
Right.
So yeah, look, I enjoyed the first episode. I'll watch the second episode tonight, along with Gen V, which I want you to talk about because you finally had a chance to watch it as well. Yeah, look, I agree with your points about like its own vibe and shot really well and all that. It's interesting to see like going back into this world, like specifically the Loki world. What I do find interesting is Tom Hiddleston really owns that role, like very, very well. And it's wild to have seen him like do this all the way from the first Thor movie up until now. The character's had a crazy arc. But yeah, like I like that they've kept him around. I didn't know what to make of the show at first. I thought the first trailer for the first season looked very good and interesting. But I got super into it. So did everybody really, because all the He Who Remains type of stuff popped up, which all paid off at the end of that season. So yeah, I'm interested to see if they use this similarly to like really make you give a fuck about all of this again. Like, is Loki the sort of the pull-in show? So we'll see. I mean, I like Owen Wilson in this role as Mobius and stuff like that. Like, I think I think everybody's pretty good in it. So we shall see.
You know, Tom Hiddleston wanted to play Thor. Like, he auditioned to play Thor.
Yeah, you can find the footage of it.
You can find the footage of it, yo. Like, it's what a very different world we would be in if he played Thor.
Yeah, like it's weird because he's doing all this. You know, he did that test footage. It's like you gotta bulk up a lot. You gotta bulk up a lot for this role,
like,
yo.
It would be like me wanting to play Thor. Like, what the fuck?
Like, it's weird.
That's wild.
But I mean, I'm sure he would have done a great job. He's actually a very, very good actor. But yeah, I mean, Loki, I think he's having way more fun with, like way, way more fun than he would have had with Thor. So
yeah,
and I think the people who got those roles got them for a reason, and I think they're both good in them, except for that last Thor movie, which was a fucking piece of shit. But that was not Hemsworth's fault.
Yeah, goats for the win, guys.
Yeah. Solid film review. All right, let's get
real quick.
Yeah, you want to talk about
Gen V? Yeah, Gen V. I finally watched it, and I really like it. It's I think this format of I was a little hesitant because like the boys can be a bit much, and that's what I love about it. You know, most of the characters in the boys are like unlikable, right? Like by design, they're unlikable. But I think I don't know if this is because of like recency bias, but I think this works a little better than the boys. I think that these powers being bestowed on children make a little more sense for these characters to act like adolescents than it does for you know, these grown ass people to you know, be acting like that. But like, that's kind of the point, right? Of the boys. Like, that's not lost on me.
Right.
But I actually like these characters better, than when I say like, I root for them, more so than I do for, the characters in the boys. I root for Mother's Milk, and I root for the female of the species. That's about it. Everybody else in that show, I'm just watching them.
Yeah, it is interesting, right? Like that premise. Like I agree with your premise that watching the teenagers act like ridiculous because they have these powers makes a lot of sense. But then I like, as much as I agree with that, it makes sense that the adults would be that way because the kids aren't controlled, so they would just grow up to be fucking giant assholes.
Fucking assholes, right?
Yeah, like so it does in fact work. Like your point makes total sense. But like Homelander for who he is, then he grows up, right? Like imagine him on at Godalkin U, and then not being checked by anybody, and he grows up to be this fucking complete sociopath. So like it does make sense. But it is interesting to watch them as college age students or what have you, going through this stuff. Like again, the point I made last week, and now that you've seen it, I'll spoil it. Like two of the main heroes their powers are based in binge eating or binge and purge eating and cutting yourself, right? Like I did look it up. I looked up some commentary and people were like, oh, Gen V is woke. I'm like, but that's the whole like the point is that like kids go through that shit and it's using superheroes to like explain that, but like I know like
it's not subtle, right? Nothing about the boys of this universe is subtle, right?
No,
and this continues it. I am baffled that people don't see it in the main show. They don't see it in the main show, so I didn't think you could hit the nail on the head even harder, but they do with the boys, right? Like, oh, here's a quite literally non-binary person who a side effect of their powers is that they can shift genders, right? Like,
right.
And when you meet that person's parents, like message, right? Like where's Keenan Ivory Wayne, yo? Like, right. Like, I mean, I can't.
This is my son, and it's like, is it? Like, no, fuck you, Dad. I'll be who I want to be, right? So, like, it seems obvious, right? Like, it seems incredibly obvious, but for some people, man, they just have rocks in their heads and they just don't get shit. So,
like, even stuff like the one girl who can kind of manipulate like your thoughts and shit. Like maybe I'm reaching, but like I feel like there's a reason why that character is a blonde white woman, yo.
100%.
100%. I watched the first episode and found out what her powers were, and it fucking again. I've watched the entire series of fucking Seinfeld. It brought me back to that episode where Seinfeld was dating that chick, and she could just get whatever the fuck she wanted.
Yeah,
remember that episode?
Like come on, yo.
Godzilla, and we're just the Chinese or the Japanese people running away. I'm like, that's her. Because it's a white woman, and they get what the fuck they want.
Yeah.
Right, yo. Like, this is...
I love what she tried. She tried that with the one character, and they were like, if you take that glove off, oh, with Tech Knight, it's like you take that glove off. Yeah, I'll cut your hand off. It's like, okay.
She's like, you're right.
I got it.
Oh,
for people who don't know anything about Tech Knight, you got a pretty good introduction in the 4th episode. So, he's being played perfectly. I'm really hoping they sort of save the largesse of his story for the main show because it's pretty fucking wild. But yeah, they're playing him very, very well. I like it as like this pseudo Bruce Wayne type character, but he's like on like Inside Edition. Like that's his cover. It's fucking wild. Very good so far.
Dan Harmon is interested in Zack Snyder to helm a live-action Rick and Morty. I mean, everything about that sentence just screams, get away from me. Like, I don't want any of this. I don't know. I've heard the name Dan Harmon before. What has he done besides Rick and Morty? I've heard the name before.
I think he did. Did he? I thought he did. Or is he like an executive producer of The Big Bang Theory? Is that him also?
No, that's
like all those CBS shows.
No, he did. Community is outside of Rick and Morty is his most famous one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I never watched Community either.
That's a pretty good show. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, Rick and Morty is just not my I'm the only one that respects animation as a storytelling medium here, but
Like I like anime.
I mean, that's your personal fault, but go ahead.
but like Rick and Morty never I don't like it feels like stoner comedy.
It is.
And I don't like that. Right. I never gotten high before, so maybe that's it. Maybe I'm just too square to appreciate Rick and Morty. I don't think I am though, because I've seen clips of people like flipping out at McDonald's over Szechuan sauce, which is apparently a Rick and Morty thing.
Yeah.
And people screaming Pickle Rick. I don't know what the fuck a Pickle Rick is.
Yeah, I've never seen an episode of the show. Never seen a single one.
Yeah, it looks like a stoner version of like Back to the Future.
That's exactly what it is. That's it. Like quite literally. That's what it is.
All right. Well, I don't. That's not for me. That's not for me.
I love Micah's review of Rick and Morty. Apparently, they're yelling about Szechuan sauce and yelling Pickle Rick. I'm done.
I don't.
That's like the most old man review of all time.
Have you watched it?
No, I'm not watching this bullshit. Get the fuck out of
here. So we're all in agreement. Like,
no, 100%. No, I know there's. I'm giving the show a hard time that I've never seen, honestly. But the couple of clips that I have seen of Rick and Morty, I've never seen a full episode. It just doesn't appeal to me, right? Like it doesn't appeal to me. It's not just because it's animated. That doesn't help it, but it just doesn't appeal to me. I think Community is a pretty good show. I didn't think it was an amazing show as some people did. Some people love Community, right? Like it just clicked with them and everything else. And I don't have a problem with that. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing to say. I don't know that Dan Harmon's type of comedy is comedy I'm really kind of into. And maybe I'm getting old. Maybe I'm not cool. That's 100% possible on both ends. But so yeah, I don't see watching this. Not a live action.
This is an Adult Swim show?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't watch anything on Comedy Central at 12:30 at night. I don't. I don't. Like, I can't imagine.
I didn't know what time or where Adult Swim came on. So
I remember when I was with when I used to hang out with the other people that I hung out with. This is the type of stuff that they would watch, right? Like we would stay up over her house and we would all watch like Adult Swim. None of us got high. None of us. Okay. So it's just a bunch of sober dorks watching like Adult Swim. And I'm just like, I can't. Nah. This ain't for me, yo. I don't like this.
Like, I think I'd have to be high to watch like Mike Tyson's Mysteries and shit like that. I'm not gonna watch this shit sober.
I've seen like 2 episodes of Mike Tyson's Mysteries, and I did laugh at those 2 episodes. Here's the thing about Rick and Morty. Again, I don't like toilet humor, and every clip that I've seen this nigga in, he's like burping and shit. I don't like that. Yeah. Not a fan.
Again,
I don't like just unnecessary burping and farting and shit like that. I'm like, that doesn't appeal to me, and it's just.
Welcome
and that's
to
all
Old Man Reviews this week.
They're
burping too much. I don't care for it.
No, but like, you know how men be like, oh, like how loud can you belch? I'm like, nigga, shut up, get out of my face. Yeah, I don't like that shit. Yeah, no, I don't. That doesn't appeal to me. That's not funny, and like I don't get it. But like, so watching those clips that I don't think are very funny, and then you throw fucking Zack Snyder into the mix, I'm good. Yeah. Like I don't need it. I'm sorry. I'm sure there are going to be. I'm pretty sure there's a pretty solid Venn diagram of people that enjoy Rick and Morty and love Zack Snyder. It's probably just a circle, you know. So they'll probably love it, but no thanks. I don't. Yeah. And he came to them, right? It says that Zack Snyder.
Yeah, he was like, hey, is there any way I can help get a movie started by using my Snyderness? Which, all right, guys, you created a monster. You created a monster because he's using his name in as like verbs, and yo, I can't. I'm gonna still watch Rebel Moon though. I'm gonna still watch Rebel Moon because I wanted to be a train wreck. I want that movie to be a train wreck. Okay, I really do want it to be a train wreck. I'll tell you if it's not. But boy, do I want it to be a train wreck.
It's gonna be.
Oh man, that's gonna be something special. God damn.
That's a Christmas present to all of us.
Part 1. Fuck you, yo.
What has a higher chance of being finished by Terrence? Rebel Moon Part 1 or Dead Reckoning Part 1?
It depends on how the first 30 minutes of Rebel Moon goes.
Okay, well there you go.
Like if it pulls me in, I don't know. I don't know how long this movie's gonna be. Then
Pickle Rick is a metaphor for Rick's alcoholism. What?
Yeah,
I just googled Pickle Rick because I never knew. I never knew what a Pickle Rick was. I was scared to Google it. Yeah. I was scared to Google it with on this particular browser. I have a different browser for that, and it's
incognito, bro.
It's apparently a metaphor for Rick's alcoholism. It's an actual pickle.
It's like a pickle
with this
version
guy's
of
face on it. Okay, all right. I would Google Szechuan sauce, but I don't know how to spell Szechuan. So,
neither do I.
Yeah. SZ, and then just let it fill in. Don't do it. Just go to Google. Do what we all do. Pretend like we knew shit when we didn't.
All right. Next up, Miramax has signed a wide-ranging deal with Trancas to develop and co-produce a Halloween television series. Something else that I just have no desire in because Halloween is... which also includes a first look agreement on other television projects for the international market. The new Halloween series is envisioned to potentially launch a cinematic universe spanning film and television. Miramax, by the way, is the studio that scored these television rights. Miramax head of global TV Mark Helwig will be overseeing the franchise creatively in close collaboration with somebody named Akkad. Look, I'm not a big Halloween guy because I'm not a Michael Myers guy. One, he has the name of a comedian, so I can't take him seriously. Two, he's like 70, yo. Like he's like 70. And I don't mean to be ageist, but like, isn't Michael Myers just like supposed to be a dude? Yeah, like he's not some supernatural entity. He's just a dude.
Yes, sort of. Because he's
it's like a half and half situation. He's been shot. He's been fucking stabbed. He doesn't die.
So he's an old man that won't go away. Great. Donald Trump killing people. All right. I mean, this is not. I always thought Michael Myers had a pretty boring look. His look feels like a knockoff, like combination of Jason and like Leatherface.
Well, Halloween was first, so you can't say that. Halloween came out
before. Before Friday the 13th.
Yeah, it predates.
All right. Well, then Friday the 13th did it better. Great.
The first Friday the 13th did not actually have
Jason.
Right. It was his mother. Right. The most memorable thing about the Halloween franchise is the theme music. That theme, I love the theme music. It's great.
Pretty great. Yeah.
But that's about it. So I don't give a shit. Jay, you watched those new Halloween movies and pretended to be like a big Halloween fan. Are you into this?
No. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm the horror.
Terrence is the guy who watched it. I didn't watch the last one. I watched the
last one was terrible.
Yeah, I didn't watch that one. What was it? The last one's Halloween
Kills.
What
The
was
last
the
one is
before that?
Halloween Ends, I think, and the first one was just Halloween.
I watched.
It's basically a reboot of it, or requel, or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah, like
The
it's
pre-sequel.
it basically jumps over all of the sequels, right? Like all of the
Yes.
shitty sequels, right? I like that one, right? The one where they fucking trapped them in the floor or whatever, and then set the house on fire. That one was dope. I actually like that one a lot. But apparently, the one after that, you were saying, Terrence, that's I think
Yeah, Halloween Ends is not very
is
good.
bad, right?
Yeah. Yes.
I guess for me, I don't understand why this is a cinematic universe. I mean, I know that the third Halloween movie was like Season of the Witch, so that
Yeah.
like that didn't even have Michael Myers.
He wasn't in it at all. Yeah, he wasn't in the third one, but no one likes that one.
Right. So
I don't know if that one is like, I don't know if it's become like a cult classic but everybody's like, where's he at? Where's Michael Myers at? It's ridiculous. What are you going to do with a cinematic universe with the Michael Myers character?
Yeah, is he just killing people in different towns? Like,
is he
what are we doing?
Was it like like kung fu? This nigga just traveling fucking around the globe, just murdering niggas? I don't get it. Did you again? This is Hollywood having absolutely nothing new to bring to the table.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, why? What is this? This is pointless. It's like having a Friday the 13th. Wasn't there a Nightmare on Elm Street television show?
I believe there was.
I think there was
back in the late 80s, early 90s. It wasn't. It didn't last very long. But
because it's a dumb fucking premise.
It's stupid. You're just jumping from nightmare to nightmare, and his makes sense.
You know why they're doing it, right? You know why they're doing it because Chucky is a TV show, and apparently is doing really, really well.
Yeah, people say they like it. I haven't heard anything bad about the Chucky TV series.
Right. People, and look, Chucky is ridiculous, right? But that's the thing, yo. Chucky is stupid. Like, it's ridiculous, right? Like, it's a doll baby killing people. It's a possessed doll baby.
It's a my buddy. Like, it's a murderous my buddy.
It's a my buddy with the soul of a serial killer in it, yo. Like, that's fucking hysterical. Like,
have you ever seen that clip? It's been going around lately, and it's like a clip of like Chucky like waking up and like trying to kill this woman. I think it's from the original movie.
It's the first movie, yeah.
Yeah, and they've like play it in like different languages, and it's like here it is in Spanish, and it's like this deep voice is like, "Donde está, bitch?" Like it's fucking so weird, yo. It's so crazy. It makes no sense. Yeah, that I don't know why the Chucky one works. I guess because it's really just silly. Right?
Because it's silly and it's silly.
Like
and
those
stupid.
last movies Chucky's got he's got a wife. She's a doll with big tits. And he's got like a
they
kid.
have a child, yo.
Yeah, like
they have a child that I think is like non-binary.
Non-binary child. Yes, a non-binary child.
Yeah. It's a wild series. It goes
Chucky
off the
way
rails.
ahead of the times. Chucky is the Dreamcast of horror movie villains, yo. Like, it's super ahead of his time.
That's crazy. Like I'm not a bigot. I mean, I'm gonna murder you, but I'm not a bigot. Like my child is non-binary. Like that's wild. But it's gotten to the point where it's just utterly ridiculous. So yeah, I think you're right. I think that's the reason it works. But like Halloween is played pretty straight. Especially like these last few Halloween movies, like they're played incredibly serious. Again, Halloween Kills was pretty fun. Like, I mean, not fun, but it was a good movie. This to Terrence's point, this shows Hollywood has no idea what it wants to do next. Like it really.
Like I saw that they recently, I think The Exorcist, the new one came out last Friday or two weeks ago. Apparently, that shit is terrible. Like I haven't seen a good review of that movie at all. Everybody's like this movie.
I don't do theological horror, guys.
Yeah, that's a little too close to home for you, is it?
They got the woman from the woman from the original only did the movie like they were going to give her a bunch of money, and she was like no. And they kept asking her, and she's like, okay, fine, I'll do the movie if you give me money to like give to this charity, to this thing that I'm setting up for like theater kids. And they were like, fine, we'll do it. They paid $400 million for the rights. for the poltergeist, for the rights for the show, for this movie, and they fucked it up. It's directed by the same guy that did the Halloween movies,
the new one,
and the new ones, right? And they're like, everyone's like, this is terrible. They said there's one scene where have you guys seen the original one? The very first I keep saying poltergeist, the very first Exorcist.
Of course.
No,
it's fucking terrible.
No.
You've never seen it?
You've never seen it?
Nigga,
Your mother sucks cocks in hell. Don't talk about my mama, bitch.
It's one of the most disturbing horror movies of all time.
It's
great. I really want to see it now.
Well, stop being a bitch and come on.
Nope.
Even I've seen it. I've seen it more than once.
It's actually a really good movie. Like,
it is a very good movie.
They fortunately traumatized Linda Blair. Like, she got fucked her back up. The mom, what's her name? I can't remember what the fuck her name is. She cracked her head open on one take. It was kind of a fucked up set, but it's a very good movie. But she comes back, and apparently there's a scene in the first movie the scene where they actually exorcise the demon. Both of the priests die. Spoiler alert: both priests die at the end of the Exorcist. Yep. They both die. And in this movie, someone asks her, "Is like, why didn't they let you in the room when they were doing the exorcism?" And she was like, "They didn't let me in because of the patriarchy." I was like, "Huh." And of course, the people that want to be, "Oh, this movie is super woke," flipped out over that one scene because, like, and even I'm like, that's fucking dumb.
Yeah,
like them niggas saved your child. Like, like, that's a dumb thing to say in this movie. I understand it's 50 years later, but come on, that's dumb. You don't have to. You don't have to put that in everything now. Come on, man.
Because that actually seems forced. Like that,
right? It is like, it's stupid to say. He's like, they didn't let me in there to watch my daughter go through fucking torture, and like, yeah, I mean, but they both sacrificed themselves to save your daughter.
Yeah. When's the last time a guy did anything? Like, the devil threw this nigga out the window.
Well, yeah, man. Doctors don't let you in the operating room either, yo. Like, what the fuck?
Because of the patient.
You're right.
And you're
like, that's a silly. Ellen Burstyn is her name. That's a silly thing to say. That's a silly line to say. Yeah. And people were like, "Come on, man, that's corny." And apparently, there's more than one religion, not just Catholicism in this movie. Like, they brought the United Colors of Benetton to exercise.
See, you don't need to do that. This is a
again. This is what I'm saying.
This is not the movie to pick boxes, yo.
Yeah, nah, you're come on.
Yeah, that's what
we need a guy from a Hindu temple.
Like, yeah, this does sound pretty terrible. Yeah.
Like, you don't need a guy from a Hindu temple, yo. Like, this shit is stupid. Like, come on, guys. Like, it's fine. It's fine. It's okay.
So yeah, it's getting panned. Like, everybody's like, "Yo, how the fuck did y'all screw this up? You paid $500 million for this for this property, and they're supposed to be doing sequels. Like, they're supposed to be doing a 3-movie run, and they're like, this shit started out terrible because
look, you can change course and figure it out, but like,
yeah, that's true.
Hurry up.
I mean, it's at a 22%, yo.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, no one likes this fucking movie. They're like, "Yo, this is trash."
All right, you need to really change course, like a lot. That's crazy. Okay. First up, Golden Globes have added 2 new categories that are coming up this year. One for blockbuster movies, the other for stand-up comics. Oh, that's a good one, because that'll be interesting to see how people react to those. So the 2 categories. Let's talk about the stand-up one first. Best performance in a stand-up comedy on television, also known as Best Stand-Up Comedian on Television. This new category gives stand-ups a dedicated award for an individual performance or part of a comedy group ensemble. Eligibility, traditional stand-up comedy performance, at least 30 minutes, other than roles in television series, limited series, anthology series, or motion picture. Television includes works released by broadcast, basic or premium cable, streaming, and pay-per-view cable. To be eligible, the Golden Globe Awards television programs must be released on a recognized media platform. Only programs first aired in the United States qualify, and a total of 6 nominees will be named in this category. Look, I like that. There's a lot of good There's a lot of good stand up. It's kind of cool that you could see some of these names that would never be on a Golden Globe stage get a real shot at that. Like, look, this year,
from the stand-ups that we've watched this year, from what you guys have seen so far, who do you think would be nominated?
I mean, Burr's definitely getting nominated for Red Rocks. Was that 2022 or 2023?
Would that count? I don't know. I think that was last year.
Was that last
Maybe
year?
that was like the very end of last year.
Yeah,
so it might still be eligible.
So if Red Rocks counts, Burr's there. What's name is definitely there. Shane Gillis is definitely there.
Yeah. You think Chris Rock's special goes?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Well, look, the Hollywood Foreign Press is known to be starfuckers. So,
100%.
Yeah, they're going to get like the big names, especially for this very first award. It's wild because it's wild, because
Segura's is very funny, man.
But comedy is incredibly subjective, Like,
yeah.
Like I feel like this award can only be done at the Golden Globes, right? Because like the Academy, the at the Oscars, everybody, you have to walk in, and when you sit down, the stick goes right up your ass, right? Because you have to take everything super duper seriously there for some strange reason. But the Golden Globes are a little loosey goosey, but they also like really want celebrities to be there, right? Like they're kind of like they're so and comedy is very, very subjective. So we're naming comedians that we find funny, but there are a lot of people out there who do not have our sense of humor.
All right, then throw some names up there because I'd love to hear them.
I don't know because I don't watch them.
Right, that's all I'm saying. Yeah.
John Mulaney's funny.
John Mulaney,
Baby J was funny.
Yeah, Baby J was funny. I forgot that was a show.
I honestly, I could see them putting Monique up there. I didn't think it was super funny, but it was very different from the other shit that she's done in the past.
I got no problem.
And it's very introspective. I think she would be up there. Who else?
What about your boy? What about your boy, the fibber?
Nah, they're not gonna put him up there.
I think he got thrown out. I think he's automatically disqualified because those lies were wild.
Yeah,
like there's too much.
He's done.
Like they weren't absurd enough. Like Tom Segura lied about. He did this joke about his fucking neighbor. He did a joke about having sex with Brad Pitt in the shower. Of course that didn't happen, but it was funny. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't think he makes it just because like how egregious those lies were.
Yeah, it's too much of a controversy.
Who else? Marlon Wayans?
No. I didn't even see it, but no.
No, I wouldn't.
Not.
I don't think his stand up is very funny.
No.
But that's just me,
By the way, live at Red Rocks, Bill Burr's one was 2022, so no, he wouldn't be out.
Okay.
It's a shame. That was a good one.
I wonder why Godfrey doesn't have like a Netflix special or anything like that.
That dude is fucking hilarious.
He's very fucking funny, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he rubs people the wrong way. He's rubbed some people the wrong way over his fucking career, maybe. I don't know. I don't get it. But he should have had one. Yeah, I don't know who else. Again,
Neil Brennan.
Some people that think are very funny. Blocks, I think that's too old.
That's too old, isn't it?
I think that came out before Red Rocks. Honestly.
Did it?
Unless he's done another one. Yeah, that came out like last year. I just recently saw it.
Yeah, it's November. Yeah, November 2022. You're right.
Okay. So I don't think that makes it.
What's the black chick that you were talking about that you were saying we should watch?
Sam J is very funny.
Sam J.
But I don't know if she get nominated.
Yeah.
I think her 3 a.m. special was funnier than her most recent one, and that one was like 2001. So that was a long time ago. But Yeah, I don't think she gets nominated. She's hilarious though.
Yeah, I want to check her stuff out. Oh,
I'm trying to find some other.
You know who
comedians.
shouldn't get nominated? I watched their special this past week. I forgot to mention it. That Michelle Wolf special. It was fucking terrible. It was terrible. I was so disappointed because I really like her, dude. I did not enjoy it at all, yo. I didn't enjoy it.
You.
Nah, yo.
I might think I'm a fucking ass.
Yeah,
I
you're
might
crazy.
think I'm an asshole.
Yeah, you are an
But, like,
asshole. Nah, you're an asshole. No, but
Nah, yo.
I've seen her other stand-ups, which I enjoyed. I just did not like this one. I didn't.
Like I've seen her doing other stuff.
I enjoyed this
stand up. It's funny, but like when they get on that stage, I'll be like, really?
Nah, yeah, that was not.
This isn't it. Where's the stove?
Come on. See, look. See,
I didn't think.
I'm honestly.
I thought her other specials are so much better than that. Like, I found myself not laughing much at all. I was kind of disappointed.
Well, she's going to be guest
other
hosting the
female
Daily Show.
Now, maybe that's a better avenue for her. Because, like, she fucking crushed it at this correspondence dinner. She was awesome.
Yeah.
So, it's not that I don't think she's funny. I didn't like that one.
I wish Ellie Wong's. She's on tour. I wish she filmed her stand up.
Now, whatever year she comes out with shit. Yeah, whatever year she comes out, she's gonna get nominated. Like Baby Cobra was fucking just absolutely insane.
She's a very funny stand-up.
She's a very, very good stand-up comedian. So
that's one female comedian that I find very funny. I can't think of any other ones.
But Sam J.
And she's very funny, but she's a fucking lesbian.
And, you kind of cheating. You kind of cheating with that, right?
And like her whole thing is like she dresses like a nigga, so
right.
Terrence doesn't respect anyone who doesn't wear jeans. That's his whole thing. What an asshole.
Not trying to be sexist, but like, look, man,
you're not helping your case.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like, female stand-up comedians are not funny. I said it. Like, I'm sorry. Like you guys, like 90% of them, to me, I'm just like, I don't fucking understand why every joke has to be about your vagina.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, I agree with you. I agree with you. At the same time, we were watching Jim Gaffigan's latest stand-up, which I thought was okay, not amazing. But my wife made a point about it because she didn't like it very much, and she made a point about it that I think is actually accurate. It's the same thing as what you're talking about. She was like, I don't really like comedians who just constantly make fun of themselves.
The self-deprecating humor.
Yeah, she was just
and
like,
he does that quite a bit. Yeah,
his stuff is mostly he's like he plays Blue, right? Like he's a really clean comic, and I like Jim Gaffigan a lot actually, but. Yeah, I like people who make fun of people. Like I like push against society. Like that's way more interesting to me. And so, like in the same way, if you just stick in an aspect of comedy that I just don't personally care for, then I just don't find it funny. Like, so I get it.
And of course, I'm saying this, but comedy is subjective.
It is
subjectively. I don't think female comics are funny. But here's the thing. Ali Wong, she talks about sex like crazy, but she does it hilariously. You know what
she really does it in this next one because, like, she's in her whole phase.
Right,
she's single. She got divorced. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I can see that. Yes, but she's hilarious, right?
Yeah,
very funny.
God, it was fucking hysterical, man.
Like comedy, it should be universal. That's my thing. Like, I feel like if you're a good comedian, anybody can laugh at your shit. And like,
yeah, but it all depends. It depends on how people are offended.
But it's also subjective. I get it. It does. But some people are able to make anything funny.
Yes,
but
some people can.
Like, what's that one?
And those people like transcend. Those people transcend the genre. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. What's that one comedian that people love? The white one. She's a white comedian. Literally every single joke is about sex. The hell is her name? Glazer?
Oh, Nikki Glazer. Yeah.
Oh, Nikki Glazer.
Is it her?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is she the one? I'm like, really? Every special that I've watched of hers, and I've watched multiple specials, it's all the same shit.
Yeah, she
I'm
tries
like,
to be
come
as
on,
like
man.
hyper crass as possible. The funny thing is, I'm not a huge fan of her stand up, but I really enjoyed the conversation she had when she was on the Blocks.
The Blocks,
podcast.
yes,
She was phenomenal.
I
It's one of my favorite
like,
episodes.
I don't
actually.
like Eric Andre is the latest episode of The Blocks.
Oh my god, yo,
His shit is way his show is way too absurd for me. It's just
I can't.
silly as fuck for no reason.
Yeah, I can't.
His Blocks episode is very fucking good.
Yeah, the best I've ever seen Eric Andre in was when he was on what's that HBO show? The Righteous Gemstones. Like he was great on that. But yeah, I can't do hyper absurd comedy like that. Like watch me make out with this dude while I'm pooping. I'm like, I don't want to see that. I don't. Like it's weird. It's very strange.
It's like I don't like. This is weird to me. Again, there's certain things that people find that hilarious, and I'm just sitting there like,
I don't like this. I feel uncomfortable, and I want to go home.
Fucking strange, right? But all right,
doing it. So
it's fine.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see what the stand-up comedy Golden Globe, how that category turns out.
What was the other one? Box office achievement?
Yeah, this is the one I want to get into, really. Cinematic and box office achievement. The cinematic and box office achievement includes nominees from year's most acclaimed, highest earning, and most viewed films that have garnered extensive global audience support and attained cinematic excellence. Eligibility: motion pictures are eligible if they achieve a box office total/gross of 150 million, of which 100 million must come from the U.S. or obtain commensurate digital streaming viewership recognized by trusted industry sources. A very weird thing. Films are released after November 22nd. Contenders also can be considered for Best Motion Picture in the respective category of drama, comedy, blah, 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 blah. Box office and streaming views will determine eligibility. Once a film meets the box office-related qualifying criteria or streaming criteria, Golden Globe voters will determine the nominees and winner based on excellence. A total of 8 nominees will be named for this category. I hate this.
This seems gross, yo. Like this.
Yeah, I hate
this. Seems very, very. Like I get it, right? You want to get more eyes on your show. You need to find a way to get movies nominated that actual people have watched.
Right.
But like the Who Made the Most Money award,
Right.
Like that's what I said, Barbie, right? Because that movie made the most money.
Barbie won. Congratulations! Like, what are we talking about? Right.
So I guess it's which movie is the best out of all of these movies that made a ton of money.
Yeah.
So maybe, but still, like generally, not generally. Like these Transformers movies made a ton of fucking money, but it just feels like you're putting the art secondary, yo. And these awards are supposed to be for some sort of artistic achievement, not your fucking marketing department award. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like it. Look, if a movie makes over $150 million and it's a great movie and like legitimately from an artistic perspective, then it should be nominated for Best Picture or whatever. Like leave it at that. You don't need to have a secondary award for this. That just seems weird.
Like Taylor Swift Eras is coming out tomorrow. That movie's going to do a lot. That movie's going to make hundreds of millions of dollars. Is that going to be nominated for Golden Globe?
I mean, it could be.
I probably will, right? Or it's going to be in a running because I think
it damn sure will.
$500 million.
It damn sure will, because the Hollywood Foreign Press noted star fuckers would do anything to get Taylor Swift on their program because they know that if Taylor Swift is there, the ratings will go through the roof. Yep. Women are buying Travis Kelce jerseys in droves because she is associated with that dude. Yo, like,
you serious? You're not joking?
His jerseys went up 400%, yo. His jersey purchases went up 400%. That woman has an effect on people, yo.
Look, I would say something crass about Taylor Swift. I don't really know anything about her besides she had a vegan cookout once, which I find just deeply offensive. But she tells people to go vote, and like I gotta respect that because she moves people, like she does. She moves them in seemingly positive ways. So I can't really hate on that. Republicans hate her, so I love her. I guess. I don't know. I mean, must be a reason I like her. I don't know. I've never heard her music. I'll never listen to it. No.
I know one song, and that's "Shake It Off." That's it.
Haters gonna hate song.
That's
it. That's all I know. Everything else, and she's got like 9 albums. Apparently, I don't know shit about her.
And look, I'm not gonna say like your music is bad. I don't know it. Like I don't know it. Yeah. Maybe I would like it. I don't know. I fucking doubt it. But yeah, like do you, man? But she seems to be moving people in a positive direction. She was like, just go vote. And Republicans were like, we hate her. Like, she didn't even say vote for who. She just said go vote. And they were like, fuck that. How dare you tell people to probably vote against us if they think about it. Right. So, yeah.
So here's the top domestic grossing films this year so far. Barbie, Super Mario Brothers movie, Spider-Man Across Spider-Verse, Guardians of the Galaxy, Oppenheimer, The Little Mermaid, Avatar, Ant-Man and the Wasp, John Wick, and Sound of Freedom are the top 10. But that's the top 10. If you go down, they said 100 million, right?
Yes, I believe so.
100 million in the
Flash,
US.
Yes. 100 million in the US. The next 10, Indiana Jones, Mission Impossible, Transformers, Creed 3, Elemental, Fast X, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. I really like that movie. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, Scream 6, and The Flash.
Cool.
That's the top 20. And
maybe The Flash.
And those are the ones that made over 100 million domestic. So,
I mean, in fairness, The Flash made like $101 million total. So, like, congratulations.
I mean, I can't believe they have the fucking who made the most money award, but they still don't have like a stunt man or stunt person's award. You know?
Right.
Yeah, that's silly, man.
Like, which is a real
that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, Tom Cruise should win.
Yeah, so those are the movies that we have to look forward to. In like, how many of those movies are really, really good? Barbie was surprisingly good. Super Mario Brothers is fun. I'm not going to say it's good. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is good. Guardians of the Galaxy is good. Oppenheimer it's good. It's going to be nominated for something to come Oscar season. Little Mermaid, no. Avatar: Way of Water, no. Ant-Man and the Wasp, no. John Wick 4. I enjoy it. It's not a good movie. I'm sorry. I love it. It's not a good movie. It's shot gorgeously.
Wonderfully.
Everything is a screensaver. It's not a good movie. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. And The Sound of Freedom was made by a bunch of pedophiles. So that automatically gets, everything else. Yeah.
The Sound of Freedom. Yeah, all right.
There you go.
I wish.
So which one of those movies is going to win? Fuck.
Yo, if it's The Sound of Freedom, I'm gonna go crazy. Like I'm gonna lose my mind.
That's not going to be in the running.
No, it shouldn't be. All those people should be arrested, thrown into a box, and pushed into the ocean. Anyway, next up, this is a wild fucking story. Daredevil Born Again. I'm sorry, I wrote Reborn. Daredevil Born Again fires all of its writers, directors, and is starting over. Apparently, half the series has been shot already, but they are scrapping a large amount of it. They're going to keep some of the shooting and just kind of redo it. So, okay, that sucks, right? Obviously, it wasn't working or what have you. Here's what's going to suck even more. Some of the background information as to what was going on with the story. You come to find out that their story that they had written, Matt Murdock wasn't going to suit up as Daredevil until the 4th episode. By the way, it's 18 episodes split over 2 seasons, not just 1 season, which is good to know. So Matt Murdock doesn't suit up until the 4th episode, which I think would piss people off because you've seen him in the suit before.
Yeah, we know who this nigga is.
Right. Like, we don't have to 1991 this shit. But the reason he doesn't suit up, I think, is fucking utterly ridiculous, which is he doesn't suit up because he's given up being a vigilante because his best friend, Foggy Nelson, was shot and killed. So they're killing off Foggy. Why?
Well, that doesn't make sense at all.
It really fucking doesn't.
For this lunatic vigilante to stop being a vigilante because someone close to him died. What the fuck? That's literally every vigilante origin story, yo.
That's the whole reason you do it. That's the whole reason you do it. Also, why kill off Foggy, dude? He's a great character. Like the whole point of Foggy and Deborah, Foggy and Karen, the whole reason for them is that they keep him grounded from going fucking overboard. That's the whole point of those two characters. So Foggy dies. Apparently, like, they're not sure if Deborah Ann Wool's character, Karen Page, is also killed or simply just not mentioned. Yeah, I'm like, why would you fucking... Who wrote that? That fucking sucks. So they're scrapping it. And they're saying, well, they're likely not going to change that fundamental story. You fucking should. That story sucks. You fucking should. Vincent D'Onofrio says that they're not really scrapping everything. Like, that's not actually what's happening, but I mean, take that for what it's worth.
I don't know, man. That seems like a choice that kind of fits the whole born again thing, right? So I think they're keeping that. And they're giving him a brand new. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know why people don't understand this, but like, they still don't get it. But like, just because a show is named after a comic book or a comic book run doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to follow that story.
Right.
So this is pretty much going to be a soft reboot. And they're probably going to give him it's probably going to be more Daredevil and Elektra, if I had to take a guess. I mean, maybe they'll get, somebody other than Elodie Nada or whatever the fuck her name was, playing Elektra. I did that for Terrence. I did that for you, buddy. And GR. But look, I heard that I read one story, take it for what it's worth, that the show in and of itself was more of a legal drama, and they're scrapping it to make it a little more action heavy.
Smart move.
Yeah, that's probably smart. Like, people didn't really care for She-Hulk, right? And people didn't care for She-Hulk because they'd hate women, right? But I like She-Hulk all the way up until the very end.
That last episode was fucking terrible. I'm sorry.
I didn't really care for the last part of the last episode, but yeah, they're supposed to be making it a little more action heavy, which leads me to believe that like more Elektra would be involved. I think that character needs more, like you said. I think that character
Punisher's going to be there as well.
Yeah, but like you said, I think that character needs a moral compass, right? Like, that's the whole point of him, right? Like, not the point, but like, that's one of the big facets, is that he's a practicing Catholic, and he has to weigh he's doing these good things, right? But like, in bad ways. Like, he's literally a practicing Catholic dressed as the devil, right? Like, that's the dichotomy. And you need those ancillary characters, those tertiary characters, like you said, to keep them grounded. Also, like, I hate to be a dick, but like, those characters can be used for motivation for Daredevil, and like, and motivation to like be more of a psycho vigilante and not less of one, right? Like, doesn't Karen get like,
she gets fridged.
Get like AIDS at one point?
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, she isn't fridged. Yeah, she gets AIDS.
And Fog, I forget what happens to Foggy, but like, all that stuff is motivation for your main character, and like I said, I hate to be a dick. I don't think frigid women is cool, but like, frigid. Like put an AC. Right. Somebody got it. Look, Fridge Foggy. I don't care. His name's Foggy, for God's sakes.
Oh, they're about to. They're going to fridge him.
Yeah.
So when was it supposed to originally come out, man? Like next year or something?
Next year, yeah.
So that's not going to happen then?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah,
who's playing the Punisher?
Still,
what's his name?
Yeah,
Barenthal coming back. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, come on, that's his role to turn down. Like, let's get real. But apparently, the cops are going to be misusing the Punisher logo in this. So, message that should be fun. Marvel's going to go all cops are
using
right.
What the fuck? Like,
they're doing the all cops are bastards angle. Which look, I'm here for that. Like, let's see how it goes. So yeah.
Oh god, I'm ready for the internet to blow the fuck up.
Yeah. How can you turn on cops? Like, what? You serious, bro? Like, okay.
Just be hearing random screams in the distance. Like, what was that? It was like, some neckbeard finally watched Daredevil Born Again.
Absolutely not.
Whoa! What the fuck? Did that somebody say woke?
Screaming. Okay, guys. No What the Fuck brought to you by JTD this week, so we're going to get right into trailers. There's only one, then we're going to get out of here. This is for Iron Claw. This is the new A24 film about the infamous, I don't know, Von Erich wrestling family. I don't know anything about this story. Mike and Terrence said they will not tell me about it. Apparently, it's pretty fucked up. I can tell that from the trailer, but I don't know any details about these guys. So I thought the trailer looked good.
So this looks really good, man. This looks really good, and I think like this is one of those things where it's like, yo, is a wrestling movie about to be nominated for an Academy Award? Yo, like,
I mean, The Wrestler wasn't the wrestler
like a wrestling movie? Like is MJF going to the Academy Awards, guys? Like what the fuck?
Who is he playing?
He's playing Lance Von Erich.
Who does he play?
He's playing Lance Von Erich. That's like a cousin of the.
Yeah, I was about to say he wasn't actually one of the real brothers, right?
No. Look, if you don't know anything about the Von Erich family, do yourself a favor and do not look it up. Like, just watch this movie first, because their story is incredibly interesting. It's wild to see Carm just like jacked.
Yeah.
Fucking. He's not a tall individual, so the fact that they cast him was specifically for his looks. Because the Von Erichs are not small. We're not small men.
Like, they look like Nordic like gods, yo. Like they were huge, man. Yeah. And I just love when like wrestling gets like mainstream attention. Because it's something that's still very like as popular as wrestling is something that's still very like you don't really say that you watch wrestling in mixed company unless you know it's safe. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, this looks dope. I'm excited to see this, and I'm excited to like get reactions from people.
Look, any of these sort of like take a deeper look at professional sports kind of movies are always interesting. Certainly this and like The Wrestler, like digging into like what it is to be a wrestler, how like brutal that can be on you, and sort of the dynamics that come with that. I think it's deeply fascinating. Like I really do. It's deeply fascinating because wrestling isn't real, right? Like it's not like playing football or baseball where the stakes are real and like, you know, you're playing against a team, you hope to win and stuff like that. But it's all rigged. Wrestling is all rigged. Yet these guys throw themselves, like they brutalize themselves and all this stuff. That's fascinating to me.
I mean, it's all like it's a circus. It's all carny shit. And as advanced as like we have come in wrestling, it still boils down to like the same carny shit, right? Like there's a booker making matches to know who knows who's going to win, who's going to get over. There's still people who get fucked over. It's the like the most interesting part about wrestling is not the in-ring stuff, yo. Like it's
Right.
everything around it.
Wrestling is one of the most fascinating sports there is. Like if you think about it, because like the main eventers get paid the most. There's not a flat rate as far as getting paid. Like it's rigged as far as like the outcomes, but like they take incredible punishment in that ring.
Yeah.
They take a lot of punishment in that ring. And they have to be like good workers work well enough so they don't actually hurt their opponent. Bad workers, what's her name? Nia Jax.
Nia Jax.
She hurts her opponent. She's a bad worker. Like she legitimately hurts them. And they don't like working with her. And you're always like one move away from becoming paralyzed. Like it's fake, but like you can become paralyzed at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, nothing.
Nigga,
You know what I'm
Big
saying?
E, yo. Like
Yeah, he broke
Jay
his neck.
Google Big E,
I
right?
know who Big
And
E
this
is.
dude, yo, he damn near died, yo, because he
Really?
got dropped on his neck. And the
He
only
got dropped
reason he
directly
didn't
on the
die,
outside.
right? The only reason he didn't die is because he's swole. Like he's got
Yeah,
like
he's
big,
got-
thick neck
yeah,
muscles.
like
He's
it's
got
probably
a tree
his
trunk
tra-
for a neck.
Right, like his traps are like, no, you're not going
Like-
anywhere. Like, don't worry about it.
Like if he would have dropped me on my head the way he got dropped on his head, I'd be paralyzed. He's
Right.
not paralyzed.
His
He's
traps
still
were
walking
like a
around.
fucking. His traps were acting like a car seat, yo. Like he just secured your head, yo.
Like what's
shit
his
is
name?
wild. Man.
Rey Mysterio killed somebody.
What?
Yeah, in a luchador match about 5-6 years ago. He drop kicked him. The guy went into the ropes. He drop kicked him in the back, and like the whiplash, he snapped him into the ropes. He broke his neck.
Jesus.
The guy died.
You remember
Like,
D'Lo
instantly?
Brown?
No, not instantly. He went to the hospital. He pronounced dead at the hospital, but he was like paralyzed. They took him to the hospital. He died. That was about 7-8 years ago. I think it was a while.
Jay, you remember D'Lo Brown, Jay?
Yeah,
Black guy
fucking-
always did this shit. He fucking paralyzed the guy, man, like by mistake. It was
Yeah, I
just a
remember
freak accident.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he
And
died. He died. Yeah.
He recently died. Yo.
I remember that.
Like,
Yeah, because apparently, like he like goes and sees that guy like all the time, just like I'm sorry, you know, like, and they became like really close friends because of like what happened. Yeah, it was like a white dude, right?
yeah, Darren Drozdov,
Darren
man.
Drozdov.
Like he recently passed away, and it's
Fucking
just like
Steve Austin almost broke his neck. He did break his neck. He like fractured his neck when
yeah.
Owen Hart dropped him on his neck. But the thing is, Steve Austin broke someone's neck in WCW with the exact same move back in like '93. It was a Japanese wrestler. Broke his neck. Same pile driver. Broke his fucking neck. So wrestling is very, very dangerous. It's
Now
incredibly
imagine
dangerous.
not getting headliner money, yo.
Yeah.
Right.
Imagine you doing
Hey,
that shit and getting
and
paid
no car
$40 in
or-
a hot dog.
Yeah, and you don't get
Right.
health insurance. Like that's fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
Health insurance.
Yeah.
You don't get a plane ticket to your next gig. Like,
Yo, that's when you told me that, I was like,
Yeah,
Come
and
on,
that's
man.
in 2023. The Von Erichs was in the 70s and 80s, so they was constantly just driving across country or just going to like the Sportatorium in Texas. They were like wrestling royalty back in the 70s.
Yeah.
And they were making about as much money as you can make as far as wrestling goes back then. I don't know how much money them niggas was making. Couldn't have been that much, but like it was the 70s, so shit was a lot cheaper. But yeah, this family is. I want to see how deep they go with this story, because it's it's a fascinating one. Good.
yeah, man.
All right. Yeah. Okay, there you go. All right, that's it for us this week. We're obviously going to go try to watch some things and report back to you. The actor strike is still going on, so nothing new.
Yeah.
But there is new movie stories at least. But I think I'll be very interested. The talks broke down again today because of course they did. But whenever this strike ends, and I think it's going to be soon. whenever the strike ends, you're going to get a shit ton of casting news for projects because all of that stuff they can't announce until because there's all this like. Maybe this person was being talked about. It's just going to be like casting. My guess is you get Fantastic Four casting like soon after the strike is over. Whether or not who they're going to hire to kill Joel on The Last of Us season 2, all that shit. Don't be cowards. All right, so hopefully that ends soon. But all right, we'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
Take it easy.